found out the name, but essentially essentially came off kind of like a mini lich or whatever. Not exactly a term they would use. So they're still kind of it was a sentient undead.
A dead warlock. So yeah, as the name suggests, a deathlock.
Mm-hmm. So it definitely started out. It definitely ended up being something a bit different than what the rumors said it would be when we first came in, which is a fun little twist. It was a pretty tough fight. Everyone was actually did a lot of different stuff that fight. So from crowd control to just blasting, as Valen and Hearth always do. And there was this divination pool that we found was, okay, so this is being used on Valeros' sister to, A, keep a watch on her, and was also likely being used to keep her in that suspended state. And so pretty much everyone but Madeline used it. I believe Valen used it to dream. Of course, Madeline doesn't know that. And what he sees is up to him if he shares or not. But everyone else cried. Nautilus saw his home. He checked on his mom. Talius checked on his master, who is off somewhere in the snow with this really cool sword, and that's just a fun mystery. Hearth's home. That's I forget if you said it was you came from the Phoenix. Right. I know there was a Phoenix involved. I forgot if you said that you came from it or you just knew it, just sort of raised you.
More like a family guardian.
Oh, okay, I got it. Kind of like the angelic protectors the Asimar get. Is that kind of similar?
Something like that.
Okay, I gotcha.
So, because phoenixes are so long-lived, it's not just for a single person or group of people, it's the entire lineage.
I gotcha. All right. Gotcha. I'm going to try to make sure I keep that, because that's a very interesting tidbit. But it also seems that it was under assault, and I don't know if we established that it was the same group exactly that we were just dealing with, but it was a hooded, shady-looking group, and we've been dealing with one, it seems, a bit, so might be this group kind of messing around, so that's definitely a big priority for us to figure out Plane of Fire. And Madeline ended up destroying the pool, choosing not to use it.
You also noticed some interesting stuff while Talius and Nautilus used scrying. The one that picked a little bit of your interest was Talius. One that he saw his mentor wielding a blade, certain symbols on it, and while taking a short rest on this place.
You're doing the robotic thing again.
Okay. Better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. That's doing it again.
It's like it slowly deteriorates. It's weird.
Let's hope it doesn't keep for too long, or it doesn't keep happening. But in any case, as I said, you also saw Talius' mentor wielding a weapon with certain markings on it, and you also, Nautilus, used to see and scry upon his mother. She seemed to be alive at least. Yeah, either she was gloom, either she was trapped, imprisoned, or happy. You do not know of the nature of the establishment.
I did want to make one observation. Was she underwater or above water?
Underwater. She was with another Triton station.
Sea?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
And thing I forgot to mention that Valen had seen was that the statue, the three-headed statue, was warped. It was initially a one-headed statue. That this place is very desecrated. It seems it's a little less desecrated now, or is at least on the way to recovery with what we did. But that's just the other thing that was of note that I remember.
Yes, and while you are all standing on this plane, trying to get your breaths, try to get some short rest before you eventually move back to the heart of Almay, Valen, you casted Dream on your patron, and during this short rest, you are able to contact him. During that time, since you are the caster of the Dream, you get to pick how this place looks, how this the surrounding, and how the environment of the Dream actually is.
Oh, goodness. What's going to look... do you mean like the colors or...
Everything. It can be blank white and only you need on it, like the matrix, or it can be like on a mountain top or at the top of the sea, something like that. It is up to you.
Oh, it's definitely going to be at the top of a mountain with the sun shining down.
Okay. And as you do that, in front of you appears this very large, almost the size of an elephant, but with a very slim figure. This scaly creature that looks like a horse with, though instead of horns or features that more accustomed to a horse, it has antlers. And instead of this, of the carcass of an animal, it has scales, almost draconic orange scales. Fire you see from atop of the head of the creature to the end of the tail, and you can see wherever it steps on, there are small sparks, more embers that appear, yet nothing happens to this area, as there is a puff of smoke wherever this creature touches and protects the environment around it before it catches on fire. As you arrive over there, you stand in awe of the creature. It looks towards you, and with a deep, wise voice, you can hear it say, "My dear Valen, what is this? Did you develop that power so fast? I'm rather impressed."
You flatter me. It's not my own ability. It's an artifact that we encountered in a desecrated shrine. But I thought to use it to ask for help.
Attitude. I really like to see my followers being humbled and understanding of their powers. So, what it is that you would like to ask me?
Well, we've just had a battle with some type of undead spellcaster. He seemed to have abilities similar to my own, but warped and perverted in undeath, and we were able to defeat him in this desecrated shrine, this temple, to a skull dragon, and we're trying. I was wondering, did we really defeat the source of all the problems that are plaguing this area and its peoples, or did we just beat yet another emissary of evil?
You stand upon the defiled shrine of a dragon that is vicious and sadist, with a black heart, void of any kindness. His malevolence threatens the land, and yet you felt the need to restore this site. This is why I trusted you, Valen Valenson, with the gift of magic. You understand how these worlds should not be defiled by the outsiders, without judging the nature of this land beforehand. The undead, unlike the frogs and snakes, aren't native to this swamp. Someone made them, Someone raised them. Their vile magic still haunts this land. Their plague spreads as wildfire, with more and more entering this place. The darkness hides the ones that are responsible for all this. It is unclear to me as well. Though for all the wisdom of my kind, we are mere spectators to the deeds of the mortals, humbled by the goodwill of your kind and filled with sorrow for what lands like this have become. The magic of this creature, of the Deathlock you've encountered, can be traced back to the fiendish agents of chaos, enemies from another plane, another world, another reality. I gave you the gifts of magic, and with that, you may find yourself wanting to encounter and stop them. But remember, this gift is similar to a flower. It takes a long time before it blossoms. Right now, you can see the colors that appear on the stem, but it requires patience before the petals bloom.
Your words are so full of wisdom and knowledge and kindness. I'm so lucky to have you. If I could press this shrine that we're in of this terrible dragon that you mentioned, should we erase it from the land as well, now that I know what it is?
There is no point in destroying something that has been already altered. I understand the frustration and your will to help, but there will be the time that you can actually, that you will be able to do something about it. At that time, not only this shrine will be restored, but the time will come when you will be able to stop the evil at heart.
Oh, that's good to understand. And I have just two more requests. The first is, do you know how we would be able to find out this power behind the scenes, this thing hidden by the darkness? Are there any clues that we could follow?
For now, your destiny calls you back from where you came from. The enemies that loom in this mire have made plans for a time that has not yet to come. Though their darkness spreads and their vile pestilence looms over this place, this is not the time for you to strike. You will know when the time comes.
Well, as always, you guide me well. I do have one last question. For all those things which you have done for me and continue to, could I ask your name?
The creature stands, almost as if it is looking confused towards you, and says, "We are celestials, timeless guardians. Names are something that the people use. I have been called many names in the past. I have been called the Fire of Peace, the Spark of the New Age, the Light in the Darkness, the Protector of the Mountain, and the Wise on the mountaintop. But I am none of these things, and I'm all that. I am an agent of law and paramount beliefs. No name can fill what my nature is exactly."
I understand. I'm so blessed. Thank you so much for responding to me. Um, I even in your presence, I feel more enlightened than before. More of your divineness, your celestial radiance coming into me. It's really beautiful. Oh, I something I noticed the book that you gifted me with. It had symbols. These symbols, they're appearing in other places too. What, why is that? What is there a connection?
The answer is both in your heart and in your mind, Alan. Remember where you found that book. Remember who you helped. And as the king says that, it disappears in a puff of smoke and fog, and you're back to waking up with everyone around you.
Yeah, there. Malon's not even gonna question it. Just kind of like put her hand on Malon. It's all right. How was your talk?
It's overwhelming.
Aye, as those kind of talks tend to be. But it's good you were able to figure out some things, but it seems like we're still a little bit lost on what exactly is going on.
Well, it seems definitely that there's more evil that's around here, and it's definitely something that we have to take care of. It's what we do. It's what I do. I hope the rest of you do it too.
I think so.
I like to help wherever I can.
Well, it's one thing that I was just told is this evil, whatever it is, it's not from this plane. I thought that might be interesting to some of you.
You know what this evil may be. If it's connected to the operettes, we are not even close to ready to deal with them.
You know, Hearth, you always speak with such worldliness. That's in a way that's one of the messages that I got that I'm not ready, that we're not ready. So I have so much to learn from you, Hearth.
Well, then let's go get ready.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go get ready.
Science. We've got a lot of potential allies and people to meet. After all, Talius, we saw your master. If he's as good of a guy as you are, I'm sure he'd be willing to help.
He's twice the man I am.
Uh,
Twice the fighter as well.
eh, maybe twice the fighter, but he's got big shoes to fill.
I appreciate that, my friend.
However, I think I speak for all of us when, after this, we could all take a seat. So, / maybe check on Elme.
Sounds like a plan. Could use a bit of rest.
Aye.
Yeah, at least you'd like to know that the evil here has, the immediate evil here has been dealt with.
That, and I'd like to see her off. Well, if everyone's in agreement, let's mosey.
Alright.
Nautilus, you all right over there? Nautilus?
Oh, sorry. The fight followed by the pool has taken a little bit of wind out of me.
Ah, understandable. Here, I'm gonna try to put his arm around my shoulder and kind of like support him.
Thanks.
The pool was powerful, but that power comes at a price. As we've seen and felt.
Can't say I have.
Well, as long as I'm sure we'll be fine as long as we get back to town.
Right.
Definitely use a lie down or swim. One of the two.
Even more reason to make it back to El May then. Come on. Then she'll just take her time, slowly taking him back.
Because my speed is halved.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's what exhaustion level 2 does.
So it will be that the and you will be arriving a little bit after midnight. So without needing much resistance, waiting the plans for police.
Robotic again.
Yeah.
Might need to unplug and plug back in your microphone.
You hurt his feelings.
The microphone,
Let me
maybe?
see. I can do that.
Yeah, now that you're reconnected, it's fine. Yeah.
Weird how it like goes. It goes. Kind of slowly turns back
Okay,
to.
give me a sec. Fix this.
Yeah, this is how Discord be. So
Yeah. Classic Discord.
Well, considering how like everyone is always on it now. Like there's way more people probably on it than before.
If it is
That's
better
true,
now.
actually.
Is it?
That's a little bit better.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Again, if something happens, I may change my microphone if that's the issue, but we'll see going forward. For now, you continue on your path, and it will take the better rest of the day before you reach the cabin that Elmai lives. On your way, you avoid again the marked trees that Almay told you in order to avoid any sort of conflict, given that Nautilus is very, very slow and exhausted, and all of you are out of resources if there is a fight needed be. In the midnight, you manage to find the cabin in the swamp of Almay. It will take you some time before you can wake the half-elf up, but at a certain point, she will come answering the door with her nightgown and looking terrified. And before verifying that you are the ones outside, she will open the door and you find safe shelter on this place. Please, tell me, what happened? Did you kill that thing? Is everyone okay?
We did. Alright, come on in, Nautilus.
Alright.
Oh my goodness, you look terrible. Sorry for that.
Not as terrible as that undead.
Yeah, we showed him.
I don't know, Marilyn's gonna help him to a chair.
His jaw drops as he looks at you in all your heroic glory and in all your prowess. He says, help me get the Triton to the bed. I believe he has earned a good night's rest. I'll sleep on the floor this time while I do something else. It is more important that you get some good rest.
No, she wouldn't say that.
I know,
She's
it's
not that would be her sister that says that. To be fair.
It's just the first thing that came to mind as you were saying the sentence. I was like, wait, hold on, what?
That's different, Dunmar. Alright, I'm gonna help bring Nautilus to bed. Alright, come on.
She then turns towards Hart, Balin, and Talis and says, Tell me everything. Tell me what happened over there.
Well, definitely one of the more unusual undead. And as we feared, it had another one of those Arboroths. That Arboroth and the various undead, the lich-like thing had raised, have all been dealt with. There was also one of the more interesting points, well, that we could use for scrying purposes. I believe it was how the creature was influencing Darlene, infiltrating her dreams to torment her.
Stopped it. She cannot hurt here anymore.
What was that?
It cannot hurt here anymore. You stopped it, right?
It is dead once more, and the possession it was using to, I suppose, really focus its magic on her, that has also been destroyed.
The goat's good wing. It seems that she is safe. That is quite a comfort. Oh, after all the trouble we have been through, to know that she will finally be able to rest and maybe come back here at the day, that will be a great sight for sore eyes. No, get some rest. I'm sure you've got way more to tell me, but it is late at night, and I believe you've earned a good night's rest. I'll write everything that you've told me down. I'll try to keep some notes. Zekala goes onto her study, picks up a textbook, and starts writing with quill and ink notes about what you have said. It is late at night, so you will be trying to get some rest as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm just gonna curl up on the floor.
Madeline drops her glaive, drops onto the floor, and exhales deeply as this torture, this quite a trail that she has done, has gotten the better of it. Exhausted by that.
We're going to a beach next.
Hearth shadows when you mention beach.
Okay, you don't have to get in the water.
Oh, thank God.
If you would like to discuss or do during this long rest, let me know. Else, we can proceed with the next day.
I think I'm good to proceed.
Nihilus was probably going to try and discuss something today, but I think that the exhaustion might have kept him, might keep him asleep.
Yep. Okay, so for all of you, you regain a level of, well, not regain, you remove a level of exhaustion after your long rest, and you wake up. The very next day, Talus, you're the only one that wakes up first, and you see everyone still, as though it's day right outside, and you can see some lights going through these woods. Only Elma is up. She has already prepared something for you to eat, but it will be some time before they all recover. So Elma will approach you, Talius, and say, so what it is that you will be doing next? Are you heading back to Infafalor or somewhere else? Back home, maybe?
Actually, I do not know what the plan is. I know we're going back to the town just before this, but I'm not entirely sure what the whole plan is for what we're supposed to do. Valen seems to have some things he's to take care of, and I'd be happy to help.
Organization, right?
It kind of started out there.
I see. Well, you seem to be very busy, and all you and your friends are very helpful. If there's anything that you would like to know, I've tried to do some research on the notes now that Madeline has purged the evil spirit, and I have not found much. But there were some interesting parts on these, on the whereabouts of this swamp hidden in those books of this library.
But please do tell. Sounds interesting.
Apparently, there has been not only rumors, but the black-scaled kobolds that are on the north are quite a threat. They do not seem to travel very far, but they are a scourge to every ship that tries to coast nearby to dock nearby the coast of this swampland. The norther you get, their presence seems to be way more intense. From what I gather, black scales are only indicating one thing. It's kind of nonsense. Believing that you following her or understanding what she means by that.
Talius wouldn't, but he'd nod anyway and pretend he does.
I believe I'm gonna be leaving from this cabin soon after some time. I still have to gather everything and let this place be in some sort of order. I do not wish to stay in the swamp for much more after all these events and what this swamp has done to this place.
I cannot say I blame you. Where will you go though? Who will you meet up with?
I'll go back to Infathalor. I'm not sure I'll have a home there yet, but all those animals are something of worth. They're all great pieces of art that my mentor created. They should be worth something. I'll stay at Darlene's house for a while, even if that's the case. I'm sure she'll be glad to see me as well.
I'd say she would as well. When are you planning on leaving? I missed that part.
Couple of days, maybe a week from now.
Okay.
I still have to do a lot of work here before I'm ready to leave. This place has hosted many memories, loved ones, dear ones, and some very sad ones. But all memories just stay with you. I really need to be able to capture all of them and not leave anything behind. Get some closure of this place.
Well, the best memories are kept in the mind. That's what I like to think.
Books help us assistants joking a little bit before the time passes. You get something to eat, and every other one also manages to rest and is waking up slowly.
All right. I'm gonna take some food and just take it to the room. And lightly kick the bed Nautilus is on. Hey. How you feeling?
Well, that's certainly a way to wake up someone.
Well, I didn't kick him, the bed.
No,
Well,
kick him.
still the same premise. Well, either way. Thanks.
Yeah. Sustenance, my friend.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. At some point, I need to ask you about something.
Me
two
or the
things.
group?
Well, you're of appear to be of another religious
persuasion, and the other is something to do with what we saw in the Fools.
Hmm. Huh?
And
Somewhat. What's your question?
that when Hoth used the pool, I didn't mention this when we first met, but one of the reasons why I was out searching or going around the world was because I had a vision, and the vision was of a city in flames. And I don't mean to suggest anything, but it just seems so odd that the one group I find has someone from the plane of fire. I know it has nothing to do with Hoth, likely, but it just, I don't know. It has me concerned, but
Maybe that city you saw was on his own. But I can assure you that I was a bit hesitant to Hearth when I first met him, being made of flame, but he's more than proven that he's in control. I trust him much more than any normal person with fire, even. If anything, he's someone that would put out a fire before making one.
You
well,
say about the guy that has to make at least one fire per day.
You're really. I mean, you're the Smokey the Bandit of D&D. Only Hearth can prevent forest fires. But
Hearth can
I
prevent
actually
other
put
people.
that down as one of his personality traits.
that's true. But they're very controlled.
Alright.
But at least in Madeline's perspective. But honestly, I mean, you can bring it up to him if you wish. I understand it's kind of hard, and you've only recently met him, so I'm not going to force it, nor am I going to say anything. This is safe with me until you choose to bring it up to him. But I think you should at some point. He's trustworthy. They all are.
There's no, I have no doubts about that. I made sure to help him when he went down earlier, so I'll make sure to try and keep all of you equally safe as I can.
Keep yourself safe too.
Oh,
From what I saw in the pool, you've got somebody to go back.
yes. Well, I don't know where that is, and she's only one. She's only my mother. I couldn't. I don't know where the rest are, if any of the rest are still around.
Then we'll look for them. We'll keep an eye out and find who we can. It might take a while, but when you look for someone, you learn to be patient. It's what keeps me sane.
Well, all I know is it might be hard to get Hearth out onto a boat.
I mean, after this is all over and Hearth takes care of what he needs to do, and if he wants to take a break, or if he's willing to come, or if he can't, I'm sure the rest of us are willing to go on a boat. If you need help, just ask.
Right. Thank you.
But for now, it does seem we've all got a bit of a mixed goal at this point, so let's figure out a bit more about this group along the way.
We only can do our best.
Aye. But our best has to be enough. So we might have to do better. Alright. Go ahead and eat. Come on out whenever you're...
All right.
Elme, sorry. Elme, you really should share these recipes about and start cooking for others more. You probably work very well at a tavern.
Of the tavern was someone that went out killing monsters and appreciating every little drop of food, then yes, I believe I would be very rich. But people that stay in cities, normal people, not adventurers, tend to have a preference in some things. I know that I can cook, but I'm no better than someone that puts his heart into it.
You say that like we're not normal.
Cicada looks around to the rest of the group. First Stalios, then Hart, then Valor, and then towards you. Yes,
Okay,
I
point
believe
taken.
that those were my exact words. He says, laughing.
You don't have to. It's true, but you didn't have to say it.
It is good to be distinct. It is good to be different, out of the norm. Half-elves are usually not that well taken in an elven city, in an elven community. They do not really bond well with half of their kind. Not that they are rude or anything about me. It is just their eyes fill with sorrow when they see me. They know that someone out there betrayed or tricked an elderly woman into a fate of a widow forever. It is a hard feeling for many to get by, knowing that their kind has a limited lifespan.
Yeah, that is true. Does make the whole marriage scene weird when there's people that just live exponentially a lot longer than the partner.
Some,
I guess I kind of get it from that point.
yes, it is really not much of a dig or something that I'm not comfortable with the elves. It just saddens to see them. I feel that way in my presence. Pity is not something I learned from my mentor, and I don't want that much in my life. Darlene is one of the humans in the city, and she is the reason I never left this horrid swamp. She would come here, and we would have some time for ourselves, be able to breathe. But the day is still young, and you have already used most of it to rest. You should get on your way going before you are back in Infathalor. You wouldn't want to travel at night for the second time.
No, I assume you'll be coming later then.
Some days will I will need some days before I'm ready to pack everything from here and leave. Burn anything that does not have value and can be used against, and take all the stuff with me. But I'll be alright. I'll manage. I I have found some strength in myself. Thanks to you.
Alright, well, stay safe, and if we run into each other, why don't we treat you to a meal sometime?
I won't be a stranger. I'll like that very much. Have a safe trip back. Safe return. And with that, I believe every one of the party is ready to embark on the journey back to Infafalor to see if their deeds and if what they have already accomplished has saved Valero's sister. And you travel the whole day on the swamp, encountering not much of necrophages as you encountered when you entered this place. You do encounter some toads, some snakes that at times might be hostile towards you, but you are power individuals, and it does not take much for you to deal with any sort of rodent, vermin, or reptilian threat that looms in this place. The worst thing, though, are the mosquitoes and the flies that tend to live in this place. A pestilence for both Thalius and Nautilus that are not used to this kind of places. The humidity as well for Hearth. Aside of that, you return back to Infathalor. But at night, as you can see, the torches of this place light up um, as you enter the city. There are a few hunters on patrol, and once you enter the city, the hunters will point at you with their arrows, and they will gradually stop them. We thought you were necrophages. Where were you? Who are you? You have not met those hunters yet. Kinda looking at you towards suspicious a little bit.
We, we set out into the swamp a few days ago now, and as you can see, we are found.
Not many have come out of the swamp. Not many, at least in groups. Someone might sneak by, but 5 people? You look like you had a rough trip, rough exhibition. Are you okay? Did you encounter something?
Yeah, we encountered quite a bit actually. Did you know there was an undead deeper in that was commanding other undead?
Of them turn to one another. Oh, dear, by the Lord of the Continuum, this is something new. A maid's undead?
I do not know if it worries them, but you need not worry so much. We have managed to put it down.
Wow. Those all sound very important. May I ask, out of curiosity, why were you in the swamp in the first place?
To, sightseeing. Well, we were trying to help Darlene, and we heard there was a bit of a problem going on, and we figured we'd look into it. And if you all ever plan to go in there, now that the necrophages have sort of dwindled a bit, take note that there is a very sweet half-elf lady living in there named Elme. She'll be coming through at some point, since she intends to leave now that
Lady
it's a
living
bit
in the
safer
swamp?
for her to. Her and her master were. She's holed up in a little shack, and she insisted on staying for a bit. It's a miracle she survived for long. So, just in case you see a half-elf lady come through, just so you don't, shoot her.
Yes, sure. We should inform back at the barracks, at the Hunter's Lodge, for the others to know, well, when the day arises. These are much news that bring us some sort of delight. For whatever reason you went there and the service you have provided, we humbly thank you. And both of their hunters bow towards you and take a step back and say, welcome back to Ilfathalor.
Huh, that went well.
Thank you, good sirs.
I believe you will be going back to what is it? Was it the house of Darlene and Valerius, right?
Yep.
Okay. Uh, Obviously, in order to get there, it is a little bit late, but as you move towards the house, you can hear laughter from inside, joy, and you can see on the window by the candlelight both Darlene and Valeros talking on the bed, Darlene being way better than before.
Well, it seems we've done our job.
Do we want to say hi at least?
So we should at least say hi.
Yeah, I kind of want to.
Yeah,
If you'd
thanks,
have to.
thanks, for Valerios at least know the cause behind his sister's suffering and that it's been dealt with.
That, and I wanted to ask him to do something if he got the chance.
So you knock on the door, and a little while after, Nilovar, the mage, opens the door. The headmaster says,
Oh,
"Oh,
so
I suspected you would be back at some point. Darlene seems to be way better, probably thanks to something that you've done. Uh, Come in. Go say hi. They are on the bed. Darlene seems to be doing much better than before. We will talk after."
Yeah.
And you enter the room and you see both Valeros and Darlene at an elevated state. Both of them very happy, both of them excited and messing with one another, having some brotherly love and some action between them as you enter the room and Valeros turns towards you. "You're back!" And he goes ahead, runs towards you and hugs, I'll say, for the sake of the story, let's put Valen in the front as he grabs Valen, hugging him, and then stops awkwardly beforehand, gives you his hand, shakes it, and turns to the others, nodding towards everyone. "I thank you deeply." Darlene in the back has her one hand on your mouth, trying to not laugh without that. Valero turns towards you, man, and says, "Well, I guess if you're going to be jealous about it," he tries to
he's just
give you a
like,
hug.
no, I've got my best friend right here.
But Valen turns and seals button from Valero that looks confused at this point. And Darlene says, "Oh, you guys seem like a delight. No wonder you have done something that's amazing. I'm Darlene. I didn't get a chance to properly meet you, but I've heard many things about you. And I must say that I am very much in your debt for all that you've done for me. Both all of you that went over there, and especially towards you. I believe if I remember correctly, the name of Valeris told me was Notovas, right?" And he kind of turns toward the Triton.
Yes, that's me. I was.
Oh, from what I heard, you were there day by day for some time, tending to me. I
Yes.
didn't even know or understand that you were there, or I do not even remember that. But from the depths of my heart, I think.
It's quite all right. It's part of the job.
What does the job title actually say? Saviors?
Something like that.
So, tell me, what did you find in this room? Are you gonna tell him the whole thing, or are you just gonna give some random information?
I think we tell them what all
Okay,
happened.
so we don't have to redo this again and again, explaining what you do.
Right. No, I get you.
Yeah, it takes some time before you tell them the full story on the candle, by the candlelight, and both of them, Valerius and Darlene, with their jaws dropped, standing in awe of what you've done, what you've persevered. Once you finish the story, Darlene will say, I remember that creature. I remember that husk, this fallen body with the light in his eyes. I remember seeing it. I was with Elmai, as you said, as she said to you. Uh, it is good to know that he's no longer out there.
Yes, it seems like you both are safe, but it looks like duty calls and we'll be off again soon enough.
Once you said that, both of them saddened a bit. You could see um, this. It does not bother them, but they know that it is something that they have to get off their chest. So Valerius stands up and says, "And what will be of me? Uh, I know that I've wronged you in the past, and now you have helped my sister. There is no fate in the world that I won't accept that you guys give to me."
I had an idea. Well, recently somebody attacked a monastery and left it in a bit of a disarray. It could use some help fixing it up.
That sounds like kind punishment for someone that defiled the sacred woods, sacred places, and attacked towards you, and he kind of turns towards her. Uh, I tried to kill you back then, but you're a better man than I am, or I'll never become. I will remember this. If that is what you want for me to do, I will return to this monastery and I will pledge my services until it is restored, and for some time after. I believe it is a punishment fit for whatever crime I've committed. A very kind one, even.
Uh, I'm hardly a stranger to the extremes a person would go to for the sake of family.
I understand. If you need a moment between yourselves to discuss it, we will give you the time. But before all that, me and Darlene would like to give you something. All right, says Darlene, and she kind of steps up. She's still wearing some nightgown. She's not wearing clothes like she went out on the day. She seems to be spending most of her time still in bed. But she opens up the closet that she has, and she takes a pouch filled with gold and starts pouring some on a small cash. And she then hands it towards you. Dalus, you pick it up and you see in it multiple golden coins and silver coins. She says, "It is not. It is more than what we have, but we do not have much need of it right now. We have enough to survive, and it is our only way to truly thank you for what you've done."
But it's more than appreciated as well. Thank you for this.
What I hear from Valera's adventurers really need the gold at some points. If it's material wealth that we can provide, at least that we can.
I appreciate it.
From the back of the room, you can hear the maid Nilvar say, "Adventurers, a word, if you may."
Oh, well, duty calls. Pleasure to meet you, Darlene, and Valeros. I do intend to meet you again. After all, I'll be swinging back by that monastery myself, so I do hope to find you fixing it.
It'll be fair. That is something that I guarantee.
Looking forward to it.
On the other side, Nilovar stands and gestures towards you to come out of the house and get some privacy. After you follow him and you get outside of the cabin, he says, "It is time that we leave those two people to rest. I have booked some beds in the inn of this place. We will be able to sleep over there, but I do have to ask you one thing, or at least inform you. I do not know what your intentions are next, but I received a message from Artosis, a sending spell from him. He says that there is something off with Cinderfold. Something is happening. He said there is a storm coming. Multiple people have gathered in there, many outsiders. I
Oh,
do
there's
not know.
people?
I do not know much about them. He was very brief with the spell that he cast. He said that he might investigate it even further. But it seems that I'm not able to contact him anymore with a spell of similar manner.
That doesn't sound good. Well, the least we could do is escort you back to Cinderfall before we go back on our way, right?
That sounds about right. If
Right.
something's happening out there, suppose it's no rest for the righteous instead of the wicked.
Regardless, hopefully there's nothing wrong and we'll be on our way, but we should at least drop you off. You are pivotal to the town and even its defenses, so it's not best to keep you away for long. Oh, Master Nilovar, I doubt anything else has come up, but have you remembered anything else about Madrigal?
I have, actually. I remember that Madrigal showed me a symbol, an emblem, a very distinct one. She told me about this particular emblem, the sigil, a sigil of wings and a mountain on it. It was a reference to Mount Celestia, the plane of lawful beings.
Why would she go there?
Why?
Do
Why?
not believe that's.
Why would anybody not go there? This sounds awesome.
Because she's not exactly the most kind-hearted person.
I believe Miss Dunmar is right, but Madrigal didn't seem to be the person that would go towards or have a divine sort of calling about this mountain, this plane of existence in particular. But she seemed more determined to find a connection between that and some sort of church, a religion, a cult. I am not sure what was it. She was very cryptic with her words.
Sounds like her. She doesn't like to let people know what she's really up to. That's concerning, but I appreciate it. Though, I don't even know if she can make it there.
If I remember correctly, and I believe I've already told you that, she would then head up north from Cinderfall, north to where I did not follow. But if that is some sort of lead, maybe you can trace it back to why she would look for that. Maybe she has left some notes somewhere in her trail.
Gotcha. Could you, I've got a notebook. Do you think you could help me just draw it just for reference with the symbol? I'm not sure if I know entirely what it looks like.
Sure. Might be a good practice for my writing skills. Once again, I haven't used them in a while. I feel I'm going quite numb. So he picks up your notebook and starts drawing the symbol. And as he's doing that, you see him speculating, thinking, lost in his thought for a second before he even finishes that sigil. And as he does so, he says, "That's not quite right. From muscle memory, I remember something else." And he goes on the next page and starts drawing some words on it. Some sigil, some symbols. You do not understand what language is this, but on top of the sigil with the Mount Celestia, there are some words inscribed. And he says, yes, that is correct. From all people, no, I believe nobody knows Celestia, right?
Nope.
Okay.
There's a reason I picked up that spell.
Nice.
Okay, so as you see all those writing appear before you, Harth steps up and says, "Hold on, I might be of help." And his eyes flash with red color, and the letters start to appear to make sense. You can read on that the word
Oh. Oh dear.
What's the matter?
Well, good news. I might have a name for our enemies.
Did you remember it all of a sudden?
Were you saying that to me?
I'm sorry, I did not hear that.
Did you ask if Harth remembered it or to Nelvar?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, she asked Hearth that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not a memory. It's a spell that will allow me to understand any spoken or written language. Right here, all this spells out Cult of the Fallen.
But why would she be interested in that?
I wonder if that has anything to do with that vision that we saw. You remember in the monastery?
Hmm. Oh man.
I know that was just a few. I know that was just a few days ago, but it feels like it was weeks ago.
Oh, very much. What is she getting herself into? Well, I appreciate it, Hearth and Mr. Nilovar. Ah, dear. Well, I'll keep track of these and ask around if she's been asking others. This is concerning, to say the least.
I'm glad I can be of some sort of help. In any ways, after your rest, we can embark in the next day to our return in Cinderfall. It will be some days before we reach again the Green Highlands, but it shouldn't be that much of a hassle.
Course. Besides, it'd be good to take a stop. I'm sure people might want to do some business if everything's fine.
So you go back to the tavern, get some rest, another day of rest, not unless you're back at 0 exhaustion levels. I believe everyone now is at the same level. And the very next day, you all gather up with Nilobar and you are ready to leave town. But before that, Valerius runs towards you and says, "Hey, did you think that you'd leave before saying goodbye?"
Well, we didn't want to give you too much trouble.
It is fine. I understand. However, I will be leaving soon as well for the monastery. Well, if you could spare me a couple of days, if you can spare a couple of days, so I can catch up with my sister. But I do intend to take my punishment seriously for this crime.
No need to consider it a punishment. Consider it a favor. You know,
Yes.
things that friends do.
Favor for friends, my friends. I would like to wish you well on your journey. And from what I've seen, you seem to have much hidden potential. Who knows? After all this time, you still have my map. You may be able to find out where this vault is, uh, or even seal it forever. We do not know the exact nature of it, after all. But anyway, I wish you good fortune on your travels.
Appreciate it.
What about you, Nautilus? Are you be traveling with them?
Oh, I think I will. I'm likely to find more people to help with them and help them along the way as well. So I think I'll join them.
Okay, then I wish again farewell and have a safe journey back to Cinderfall.
Thank you.
Very well.
You okay? That's a high dice for leveling up and getting HP. So do take that, Valen. And yes, after plus con. 7 plus con, yes. So let me put you back on the world map. And after you're done with Infatalor, it is blurry, but it will come back to normal. There we are. Uh, it is 5 days of travel before you leave you reach Cinderfall. During that time, you do have Nilovar, the Arcanist, with you. I'm not going to be playing day by day every day of this. So if there are things that you would like to talk between yourselves, discuss, ask Nilovar, or anything of the like, let me know so I can put them all on this narration.
So, in the event everything's fine, or of course, if things are acting up in Cinderfall and we have to take care of it as per usual, where are we going next?
I would very much like to get home as soon as possible.
Do you know how to get home?
Not yet. I was hoping Nelval could at least point me in the right direction.
Well, you see, in order to transport onto another plane of existence, you would need a powerful wizard skilled in conjuration magic, or someone that knows of that kind. I don't remember um, many schools of conjuration in Underneath. The last one I've heard is down on the nation of Midland. In Blue Creek Crossing, there is a conjuration circle, but that is a land filled with the Blacklock Order that is tracking down wizards and the like. I am not sure if it is worth the journey to end up in this place.
Do you think there might be another way?
As unfortunate as it sounds, uh, I do not know exactly. Maybe your best guess would be to go to the capital. Maybe there you'll find someone of worth, someone of power, uh, both in Ironhaven, or you can travel down towards the nation of Given, the nation of there. There for sure will be some powerful conjurer, but it is a long trip towards there. And as said, both these nations are now into conflict.
Well, Hoth, do you want to try the Midlands, or do you think we should try the capital first?
Capital is probably probably our best bet for now.
Right, and it's a lot closer than the Midlands. Plus, we might at least... It seems like the place we'd get the most general information, you know? Might be able to knock out multiple birds with one stone, or at least if we can't find anything for you, we can find something for someone else. Is everyone fine with the capital?
It'll be interesting to see.
I'm sure the journey to the capital might interest you for other goals and deeds as well. After all, this is the kingdom of the sun. In Earth, many people would be willing to help you. But in Genesis addition to Wordsmith, from what I've seen from you and from what I've read of the past of Cinderfall and of Sin, you remind me of the legend of Pendra a little bit. The powerful fire magic yielder of flames and the arcane arts that was able to defeat overwhelming gods in order to persevere and help others in need. What is known also of Pendra is that he went missing or left after some time. Missing is quite suspicious or ominous word. It has been many years after that time as well, anyways. So many people have speculated that he was able to nurture this gift of magic that he had, able to transport and ascend to other planets of his own kind. Maybe by following your own way, following your own path, one day you will be able to unlock those arcane secrets. It seems to me that you are not the kind of mage that learns and blossoms his abilities by studying. They're innate. Maybe that innate nature at some point will be able to guide you back where you need to be. There are not many planewalkers in this land, so while I understand that you have a need to get back, it seems a journey that is rather long way from now and far.
Oh, you gotta keep that in mind. It's just frustrating knowing that Phoenix you've seen, he's had a connection to my lineage as far back as any of us can remember. If he's in pain, I just have to be able to help him somehow.
And we'll help you help him. That's what friends are for.
You have shared some of the info with Lidomar if you at least are asking for some help. So he'll say, maybe instead of trying to rush back to where that vision would guide you, or the magic that you saw, the dream, whatever that is, maybe you should look for the people that are responsible for this. Maybe look about their sigils.
It's true. This cult, if we can find them, they might be able to provide more information for all of us.
True. Very true, but...
And if we find some in the capital, then we can knock some heads together.
For now,
It'd
it
be-
seems... go ahead, Nautilus.
Maybe go visit a few taverns, see if we can. Oh, I know people. When I've ever visited the port cities, I know that taverns are a pretty good place to find information, or a fight, or both. They're pretty good.
I just realized we've never been in a tavern.
We have once. Was it a tavern? It was
The Midway Inn.
yeah, the Midway.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that's... Is that a tavern? That's just an inn.
Yeah, it's less taverny. It's not like everyone
Yeah.
getting drunk and.
Oh, yeah.
We
It's
haven't been to a
close.
tavern.
It's close. We're on our way.
Just realized that's like a D&D staple, guys.
That is, yeah.
Have to get
Have we really
Nautilus
played
and-
D&D yet?
Have to get Nautilus and Talius into a bar fight.
Exactly. Like, we haven't done, like, the most important things.
Okay, that's true, but out of character, that's a priority, but in character, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
We may, out of character again, we may not have a tavern session, but there should be a beat session, which is kind of similar, right?
It's true.
Oh.
It could be a tavern on the beach.
A cocktail bar.
I like the sound of that.
A halfling running it, just standing up there.
He's taking
I'm keeping
notes.
notes of all that, just so you know. I'm keeping notes.
We're doing the world building for you.
That's what you gotta do sometimes.
Yep.
But it does sound like heading up north to the capital would be our best bet, at least to find something. And then if we don't find anything, well, we can decide from there. We've got a couple options.
Well, I will.
Alright.
I will follow you. You lot anywhere you need me to go. I will. I just hope we run across some bodies of water. I honestly do miss it.
There's some over the mountains in Cityfall. That and there's probably some water near the capital of all places.
Well, hopefully, as much as swamp water is water, it's not exactly preferred.
But I feel like we should run into some soon.
Alright.
As fast as you venture towards and try again to ascend the Green Highlands. Day after day, you go through this place, and afar on the horizon, you can still see the green mist that surrounds the monastery on the mountain top. I don't know if you would go there for some reason. I'm just saying that you can see it from afar. I don't believe it's not on your path, yet you can still make a quick detour if there is a reason that you would like to go there. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Can't really think of any reason to go there.
Nah. Not yet, at least. I mean, maybe at some other point, but not right now.
Okay. So you continue on your journey on top of the Green Highlands, trying to make way for. Even at a hurried pace, probably can make it a little bit further. Instead of 3 days, it can go up to 4. But in any case, at some point during your trip and your travel on Green Highlands, you will see afar smoke coming in from a cavern, coming in from a cave. This all happens when you are at least a day or a day and a half before you reach Cinderfall. You're closing in, but not quite there yet.
Mm.
That seems rather ominous or suspicious. It might be kobolds.
Could just be people camping, but I understand.
From the looks of it, because I wasn't quite specific, there's a lot of smoke coming in from the cavern. If there are people inside, they are deep into smoke and probably in an unbreathable situation. Like there's a lot of smoke coming in from that place.
We should. If there's something going on there, we should probably get probably try to help.
That's fair. All right.
I might be able to help with the smoke at least, using my my wind.
It might be worth checking out at least, though. Just gotta be careful. Those kobolds are crafty.
See,
There's something I've been wanting to try out with my flames lately. If it's kobolds, I might get to try it out.
maybe it has something to do with the situation in Cinderford. We're not that far from there. Let's see what's in the hide in this cave. You all rush a little bit to make it to the cave. Nilovar says, "I'll be right behind you. These legs are not made for traveling that much." He's a little bit behind you, but not that far off, so you cannot see him. And as you enter the cavern, you see a lot of smoke coming in from this place, and some fire coming in from the end of it. Inside, you can hear the flapping of wings and some creatures speaking in a language that you are not familiar with, except for Talius and Nautilus as well. Everybody's speaking Primordial these days, apparently. You can hear those creatures laughing, talking with one another, taunting one another. Say, "Yeah, you move. I'm too bad to do anything. You do it. I did this before." Stuff like that.
Actually, technically, I only know Aquan, not all of Primordial.
If you understand Aquan, it means that you understand at least the other dialects as well. You do not. You're not familiar to talk on it, but you can understand. Knowing
okay.
Aquan means that you know Primordial, if I remember correctly.
Didn't know that. Pretty neat.
What's up?
Pretty.
And you can see those creatures flying around there.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. Looks to be more methods.
Methods.
Yeah, somebody's coming. Yeah. The Mephits say as they flap around their wings and try to hide in this darkness and this ashes. Pretty more on the map.
Have we at this point have we already been spotted?
Yes, the creatures have noticed your presence, but you can see there are some furniture in this place, some candles still, setting some light, some bright light.
Well, we've lost the element of surprise, but there can still be traps.
I see a lot of darkness.
Much like the kobold cave. And a mage hand around the floor, just feeling around for anything like tripwire.
I'm gonna cast light on my shield.
I'll cast light both in your shield and also Valen said so let's do that.
If I ever get the light spell, the light cantrip, it's just going to be me turning up my hair.
Yep. Hey, they have light on them. Yeah, and you see them kind of trying to move away from you. They're not that much stealthy. They're trying to hide from the light.
Well, they're not engaging with us, so...
Okay.
We still need to be careful.
Right, again. Just don't get too far ahead of the hand. What about this path to the right? I'm kind of curious.
Doesn't seem to be going over. It was part of the map. You can see it was a place in the cavern, but not much inside it. Hart does a quick search and yells, "All clear!"
How bad is the smoke still? Is the smoke still
Just a quick
forward?
recap for Valen. As you were traveling on those green highlands, you spotted smoke, a lot of it coming from a cave, and you are almost a day and a half from reaching Cinderfall, so you wanted to check that out. Nilovar is right behind you. He will not be moving in the cave, but he's out of the cave. He cannot handle the smoke. You all have your hands on your mouth trying and the nose trying to prevent from breathing in those fumes, the smoke.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Except for Hearth.
No
Except
worries.
for Hearth. It's a
Yes.
bit more like all the smoke is reminding him of home.
Again, I'll just use Mage Hand in this area too, just feeling
Yeah,
around.
no
as
worries.
far
There are not traps in this area. I will say something to you, Madeline, as you're searching with hand.
I'm going to use my racial ability to cast Gust of Wind, or I think what it is. Is it? Yeah, Gust of Wind.
Gust of Wind is a spell. Gust is a cantrip.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
casting Gust of Wind, and
You're
it
trying
is-
to remove and
Yeah.
make a line from all the smoke, trying to remove a portion of it.
Yeah, it's probably just going to be like I'm like every so often I'm turning around and like forcing it a different direction or
Something like that.
further out of the cave. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. The methods still stand, grabbing and attaching themselves to the cave walls as as they look towards you. Oh, don't bring the light to us now.
Are they threatening us, Nautilus?
Not really. You see that they are very lazy to move around. They are not moving at all, but they are very displeased with the light. They are not appear to be hostile, at least for now.
And am I seeing all of the red painting everywhere, or is
Yes,
that?
if it's something that you can see, it means your character sees that as well.
Oh, doesn't look good. I'm gonna speak over to the creatures, and I'm going to say, "What has happened here? Did you do this?"
As I said, you can understand what they're saying, but you cannot
Oh.
speak. So Hearth is the only one that can speak Ingnan.
Yep.
I'm going.
I can translate for you.
I'm also. Well, I'm telling Hearth to ask them what's happening here. I'm gonna kneel down and try to see how fresh all this blood is.
Okay, roll me. Actually, don't roll this thing. You put your hand, and the blood seems to be dried up. Though over there, just by merely looking, you can see there's still liquid blood on that bucket.
This is not good. This is
Are,
looking.
are these all bones?
You can see bones. The black things are ashes, and the other are trash. This place seems raided, destroyed. Though also, as you can see, it seems abandoned. Only a couple bones, yet as Talius, you move over there, though this area is heavily obscured, you can still see some bedrolls that have been left here, and it seems to have stationed multiple men, and only a couple seem to be there. This place seems abandoned. The creatures, the elementals, the small methods, were hey, don't ignore us. Put off the light. We do not like to see that.
They keep squeaking at us.
They don't like the light.
Uh,
Oh gosh,
do
that's
we know if they did this?
This
Uh,
seems.
I can personally, I very much doubt it.
Or did they at least see what happened?
Switching over to Ignan. Do you know what happened here?
Yes, no, yes, no, we don't. Yes, we do. Yes, we know. Yes, we do. As multiple of them start speaking, and you can see that there are obviously conflicting opinions between the methods. But why would we tell you?
Well, for one thing, I can start up a few more fires once you leave, get the smoke back in.
Wow, actually, make me persuasion hard. That actually applies to them.
Nice.
The methods all turn to one another, look at it, say, we like that. We like that guy. You are nice. We like you. Yes, there were people, kobolds. No, kobolds. Yeah, people. Yes, people did this. No, kobolds. These come all from different smoke methods, not a single one. Say, it was a giant. No, it was a dragon. No, it were kobolds. No, humans. Yes, humans. Yeah, humans. Elves. No, humans. Dwarfs. Yeah, dwarfs did it. No, humans. As they kind of pick a tone, all of them, and start saying, humans, yes. Humans did this.
they seem excited, Hearth. They're all smiling at you. Is this bad?
Well, they're just excited to have smoke back once we leave. Also, finally, was that the humans or behind whatever happened here? They can't quite seem to reach consensus.
Can you ask them if they were wearing those hoods? Like that color?
What were they wearing?
Again, Hearth, what did you ask?
What were they wearing? What were they wearing? Were they wearing hoods?
Hoods, no, yellow yes, red, fancy red hoods, no, white hoods, black, yes, black.
I swear, it just sounds like a lot of gibberish to me.
Yes. This does not. Whatever happened here, these things obviously did not do it, but we can't really tell if it's humans that were the source of this blood, or if it's the kobolds. The ashes might suggest that it was actually a dragon, but unless
Actually. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
I did not hear part of you, and then it just came in. It was delayed for some reason.
Oh. Well, the ashes might suggest it was a dragon, but I'm not sure. This cave seems rather small for a dragon.
Likely not, but I'm gonna pull out that journal with the symbols drawn on it that our friend Nilovar recently drew, and I'm going to look
Uh,
around the cave for anything that matches.
Okay, so a couple of things. So as everybody will be doing something different, I'll give some time for each one. So let's take them all at one. Madeline will be trying to decipher with the symbols, try to see if there are another symbol. So roll me a perception check about that. Valen, what will you be doing?
I'm trying to stay a little bit distant from Hearth because they seem to like him, but they don't seem to like my light. But I'm looking at this giant pile of bones. I'm not gonna touch it or anything, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out what in the heaven is this?
Roll me I guess, an investigation check. And in the meanwhile, wow, your rolls today again.
Bum bum
Glad to hear
bum.
that. Is this a flashback? What about Nautilus?
Nautilus would probably be checking the blood around like the fresher one. Like you want to try and see if it was like see
Okay.
if he could tell what. I don't know if he could tell what creature it is, but at least how recent this happened.
Okay. Don't roll me anything for that. I'll get to you right after. Talius, what you will be doing?
I was just gonna say I was gonna look at the desk in front of me and see if there's anything of interest on it.
Okay, roll me an investigation check as well. And lastly, Hearth, what you will be doing?
Well,
A little better.
suppose I'll just be gathering up some flammable materials. So I'm ready to start up the smoky fire once everyone's finished here.
Okay, so for now you wait. Do you want to say anything else to the methods while they are there? I'll ask
Nothing
you.
I can, nothing I
Okay.
can think of at the moment.
Okay, you will try to acquire some information from them, but again, they seem to try to mislead you. Some of them try to give you some clues, others try to give you different clues, so you cannot discern much from them. While you're doing that and trying to find something among the trash, Madeline, you try to find some symbols or anything in relation to either cults that you have found upon your journey, yet this one seems new. And not matching the others you've seen. Can you also roll me a religions check, Madeline, for you find no other symbol among them? Valen, again, you pick up the bones and wow, Madeline, this is this is sad. You do not recognize that symbol, sadly. Valen, you go out and try not to pick on the bones. You use your boot a little bit to move them. They seem humanoid, all of those bones, but by the number of them, you can probably say that there were more than one.
Okay,
How many? Not exactly sure.
and I'm also going to use my special sight, which is detect magic at will.
Yes, there's no magic in this place aside from the methods that are around there, that are elementals, but they do not have any spell effect on them, nor do this place is protected with some sort of magic on it. There's no spell lingering.
Okay, I make sure to share that with everybody so that everybody knows. You know, there doesn't seem to be a curse or anything like that.
Okay. In the meanwhile, Nautilus, you move over to the bucket of blood. The blood seems there to be still liquid. It hasn't yet become one with the bucket. The dagger, though, seems a little bit ritualistic. It is a black dagger, not really powerful or anything. It is made from obsidian, so it's an obsidian dagger. But aside from that, it has the same symbol that lies on the ground over there.
Oh, that's an out of character. Oh, I'm gonna pick up the dagger. Uh, I think I might know what happened here, but I'm not sure.
What do you think?
Well, these ashes and the bones, this might have been a ritual that turned people into this.
Into
Dead, just,
these?
well, no, I mean, it just turned them into ash. They tried to do some sort of ritual, maybe, and I don't know. If the blood is recent, then if this blood is still liquid, whatever was done here was done recently, but the symbol on the ground dried.
Well, it's certainly not one of Hearth's people, because they would have been more thorough. Even all the blood would have been burned away. Hearth has shown us when he burns something, it's burned forever.
But they might have been trying to get the Hearth's people.
That's fine.
As you look throughout this drawer, this desk, you do not find much, only some parchments that have been burned. There's only one parchment that seems to be in better state than the others. But you do not recognize what's on it. There are writings, but not in a language that you are familiar with.
If they are trying to get the plane of fire through this, they have failed horribly. And then they all died painful deaths horribly. Fire hot enough to reduce a person entirely to ashes, bones included. That'd be a bit too much even for my kind to handle.
But you still have that parchment in you. You do not recognize the words for it, but you still have that possession on it.
On the other side, I'm going to just. I guess I can't. I don't even think I can identify the dagger, but can I? I don't know. Make an I guess an investigate on the dagger, see if it was used recently. I guess.
Oh, okay. If it was used, you mean. You understand that this was some sort of okay. You understand that this dagger was probably used in some ritualistic fashion, but the exact nature of which you are not familiar much with.
All right.
It will continue to taunt and ask you to do small favors in your part, like, hey, can you also bend those stuff over there? Can you also put those inside of them? Yes, no, fine. Talus, you there?
I think you like cut out when you were saying that.
Yeah,
Oh.
it sounded robotic again.
Let me do that.
My mic's
I'm
being
back.
weird too.
Talus, did you hear what I told you earlier or no?
No, I didn't catch that.
Oh, okay, so
My Discord is freaking out as well.
it's okay. Apparently, we are on the same boat on that. While you were searching on the desk in the drawer, you found a parchment. Many of them were scorched. This one at least has some portion of it left, but you do not recognize the writing on this. This is not a language that you are familiar with.
I will walk to the rest of the group and hold it out and say, "Can anybody read this? It looks like it could be important."
Towards Valen, he shakes his head. You give it to Madeline, and she grabs it for a second. Madeline, I'll let you know what you found out on this.
Thorns?
It is in your innate language that you know.
Oh, fun! Fiend time! Thorns rise where cinders fall.
Well, if I'm able to read this, this is proof that this was not a very good ritual going on indeed. Thorns rise where cinders fall. Thorns rise where cinders fall. But
Thorns
cinder
rise where
fall.
Oh, could that have to do
Oh my
with
God.
the original, what, the legend of Pindrar?
That's right, but that was a while. You don't suppose they're...
They could be trying to summon something to Cinderfall. Or I don't know. I have no idea what this is. I just have this dagger that was from this table, but I'm not sure.
It might be best to ask what Nilavar thinks, and maybe make it to Cinderfall as fast as we can.
Probably not a bad idea.
You know, like, yes.
Well, I know you need to make some smoke for them, Hoth, so let's do that and be on our way.
Alright. Gathered up plenty of flammable materials. Probably somewhere in the center of this main chamber. And ignite.
Okay. So you start lighting all that stuff on fire, and you can see the light of those laser elementals as a big smile appears on the trail, a big grin on them. As they say, yes, 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 bring them all down. And as you move a little bit further down, trying to exit the cave, Nilvar runs towards you. Yes. Nilvar runs towards you and says, "Kobolds are coming. Hide fast!" And as he runs towards you, he sees the methods and the fire. What is going on? He says.
This.
And as he says that, on the back, you see multiple kobolds and those ambush drakes entering the cave immediately. Ah! And you can all roll me initiatives.
Okay.
I can never roll high on initiative.
That's okay, Hartha. You're the one that winds up destroying them with fire in the end, anyway.
Yeah, it's a balance patch. If you went first, it wouldn't be.
My goodness, that is a big turn order.
Feel free to use any sort of music that you like. You know how to do it, I believe, by now. And the first kobold will start running towards you. They can move 30, so it will move over there and will try to send a sling towards you, Madeline. Oh, that's a hit.
Okay.
Sending a rock on you with doing 6 bludgeoning damage as it hits you on the head, making a small bruise right underneath the horn of yours. The ambush drake will then start rushing in towards you as a hound, rushing over there and trying to get them jump on all of you. Talius, your turn.
Okay, let me just check movement real quick.
Oh, wait. That provokes polearm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, bonk him.
As it enters your range, right?
Yep, he getting bombed.
Yep.
Oh, as he moves on the range, right? Or as he
Yeah,
enters?
so it'd be like as he gets within 10 feet of me.
When they enter, okay, yeah, sure. Hit it. I don't believe that you can kill it in one hit, but...
Or even hit it.
So yeah, Talius.
Or the shot.
Okay, I'll run up to this little kobold here. I will. Blah, blah, blah. Booming Blade Rapier attack. Nice. Booming Blade. Booming Blade Rapier attack. Jesus. On this one here. 25.
That's
So no hits. Yeah. Stab, stab. And
You
then.
pick up your rapier, make a quick tumble, run towards it, and pierce it with your rapier. Instantly sliding onto the chest, and the kobold drops down on the ground.
Oh, nice. Okay. I guess I'll. It's not easy to kill. I'll move up to. I'll move across here just because. Get everyone up and nice and close. And action surge, attack again. Rapier as per usual. Stab.
That's a hit.
That's a hit as well. Nice high damage. There we go.
That is
Stab, stab.
way more damage needed for kobolds. And again, this creature is down on the ground. As with a single attack, you manage to end its life, striking at the shoulder, then hitting it well with your other hand, dropping it onto the ground. Nilovar will move to the back, and he will cast Mage Armor on himself, as he is afraid, or not Mage Hand, Mage Armor. As he takes a step back, and Magic Armor appears and shields him. Right next, another kobold will run towards Talius, will pick up its dagger and try to stab him.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. For 3 points of piercing damage. And Madeline, your turn, as the kobold runs and stabs Talius a little bit on the upper part of the leg.
Alright, I'm gonna move some movement to sift behind this. And he's getting bombed. There we go.
Yep. You move
And-
back from the creature and strike it once with your glaive, striking and poking it on the back legs. The creature turns its attention towards you, Madeline.
And now I'm going to use the back end of it, the bonus attack from Polar Man.
Hits.
And
Again, so
just for
you strike
fun.
it back, the creature turns towards you, and you use the other end of the puller to smack it on its face. The ambush drake seems disoriented, but still able to fight.
Yeah, that'll be it from me.
Okay. The ambush drake will run over there, and with its pack tactics, will try to bite you, Talius, with advantage. 16
That
hits.
does come in range because I got my reaction.
Go ahead, Madeleine.
Nice.
Like it.
This is amazing.
Hits. So many attacks.
Ooh.
I'll get used to this. So as you hit the other creature, the creature goes. Ooh, okay. The creature is down.
Jesus.
No attacks on Talius.
Nice.
Nice. So as you
Madly.
strike the creature in front of you, you use your other end to strike the ambush drake and divert its attention, and you see one ready to jump at Talius, and you turn with full force, smiting it down as your glaives encased in radiant light, and the creature is down on the ground. The next ambush drake will do exact same thing on Talius with a bite attack. But the 13 does not hit as the creature
miss,
jumps
yeah.
at him. Talius, you duck and push it back with your might and your gauntlets. The other kobold will run on your side and will try
Advantage.
another dagger attack. They do have advantage because of pack tactics anyway.
Like he needs it.
Yep. Again, the creature finds a little bit of room as you're fighting and fending off the ambush drake and strikes you on the back of your leg. Again, trying to hustle you down and drag you down with him. This creature will move over there and will make a sling attack towards you with advantage. Again, pack tactics.
Well, then, did you make sure to
Again.
click your token when you rolled initiative?
I did, but I don't see myself.
Whoa. I'll roll for you, Valen, pretty fast, and if you miss your turn, I'll do it for you. So
Yeah.
you missed your turn. I'll put you on 3 with Hearth, so you can take your turn after him.
Okay. Thank you, Hearth.
No worries. Not a loss.
I'm going to. Okay, I'm not sure what I would have had on me. I'm not sure, but would I have had all my weapons out, or would I have had just my?
You can see actually your Warhammer up. As you can see, they're minor enemies. You don't really need your shield right now.
Okay, well, I will take out my. I'll two-hand my warhammer, I guess, and then I will run forward to just in front, or behind Talius in front of Madeline, and I will slam the Drake with the hammer.
Nice.
Or attempt to slam the Drake with the hammer.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna go this way so you don't get an opportunity. And go ahead.
So I can which, sorry?
You don't get an attack of opportunity if you move the other way, so it works. Like you can go this way here, and same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make the attack.
Yeah, alrighty.
That's a hit. It is two-handed, so with a quick hit, you hit the creature onto the spine. It drops down on the ground, hisses at you, and returns to deliver an attack towards you on its turn. Anything else, Nautilus?
I will bonus action Shield of Faith myself.
Okay. Hearth.
Okay. This guy get too close for comfort. Can't really cast range spells on melee, so ripping out my daggers.
You got advantage, please?
What?
You
Oh
got
yeah, we're
advantage,
flanking
please.
them.
Yeah. Flank. Still hits. As the creature turns to Madeline, you find an opening and stab it on its back leg. The creature tries to keep its posture and its place, but is barely managing to do it. Valen.
Hold it.
Oh,
If you'll allow me to
go ahead.
bonus
Sure.
action offhand dagger attack.
Thing is, you can only pick up one dagger per turn, so you can use your action to pick up a dagger. On the next turn, you will be able to pick up a second dagger.
Alright then.
Valen. If you want to do a spear attack, I believe you can go to Hearth Square, get advantage, and then move to the other side. So you can roll with advantage if you want to. But that does not hit. Valen, you pick up your spear and try to hit the Drake in front of you, but the Drake sidesteps and avoids the attack. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay. The kobold over there will move again to get a better sight of Nautilus. Not Nautilus, sorry, Talius. He's the one in the front, and they have disadvantage on Nautilus. So again, it will try to throw another sling, but Talius, you have become quite adept at this and avoided them. You use your rapier to parry the rock that comes towards you. The Drake now will try and make an attack towards Madeline. But as the creature jumps, Madeline, you fend it off back with your mace. And Talius, your turn.
That I actually don't know. The big lizard guy to my left. That's dead, or it's standing on a dead thing. I can't tell.
Still standing on the dead
Oh,
Drake.
it's standing on the. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't really use thing. I guess. Yeah, I'll booming blade rapier attack the big lizard guy to my left. Ain't got anything else.
Hits.
Full stab. Ooh, max damage.
12. So you pick up your rapier and instantly stab the creature on its back. The creature struggling. Nilevar, seeing that you quite got this, will hurl a firebolt toward the creature in front of him. That's a good roll from him, as he sends a bolt of fire towards the ambush drake in front of Valen and Hart, and the drake is down on the ground. The kobold over there, seeing how this battle is going on, will take a disengage action and will start running. No, this is not worth it! Madeline.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, no, he'd be out of range. I won't do that then. So I'm going to move a bit right there, and I'm going to attack this kobold.
This fence, you get an opportunity from this kobold, right? Yes, I believe.
Oh, I'm still in his range. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to, because I can use my bonus attack on someone else, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
you would go out of range from this creature. That's the thing.
Okay. So I'll just attack him and then move to the side.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So that's 5 feet of movement. So I'm going to attack him with the.
That's a hit. And that is enough for the kobold to go down. As you instantly cut it once onto the chest, the kobold drops to the ground.
And now. Right there. I assume I can stand in that space because the kobold's dead.
Yes, yes. And you also have
uh,
flanking.
Yep. Gonna hit him with the.
Hits. Still standing, but barely. As once you slash the kobold, you turn back to back with Talius, and as you move elegantly, you use the other end of the polearm to strike once at the ambush drake. That will try to take a dodge action and move, but as he does, he suffers damage from the booming blade and is down on the ground.
Nice.
He had 1 HP after all that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The kobolds now will start running, dashing away. 1, 2, Nautilus, your turn.
Nautilus is going to move forward. 1, 2. Actually, well, I'll probably move right there. And I'm going to cast. How many of the? Can I still see the kobolds that went off screen?
They went outside, like they turned as they leave the cave. They turn outside, and dust.
Ah, okay. So then I'm just going to instead I'm going to sort of like plant my feet in front of this kobold, and then take my. Oh wait, I guess I'll free action draw my shield out.
If you
And
want
then-
it for defensive action, it's an action. If you want it for
No.
a flavor or theme, I'm okay with that.
It's just a flavor, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
I take out my shield and I slam the hammer against it, and then I use Thunder Wave to hit these two.
roll me damage, so I know if there's a reason for me to roll the saves. No reason for me to roll the saves, as both of these kobolds are dead by the time you strike. After you defeat the kobolds, all the smoke methods start again going through the smoke that Hearth made for them. As Nilevar turns towards you and says, What happened in this place? What are those creatures over there as they all kind of disperse and go back into the thick of the smoke? Become one with it.
Methods. They like the smoke. Managed to get a bit of information out of them in exchange for a promise to put the smoke back in after Nautilus pushed it all out.
So, this does not look made by kobolds, he'll say, as he's trying to see through the fog, through all that trash that are on the way, the desks, all of these items, even though they are broken, they still reveal some human origin, some human craftsmanship.
Mr. Nilavar, we found a phrase. It was specifically only I was able to read it. It's "Thorns rise where cinders fall." Do you know what that means?
I suppose it could refer to Pendra's blood, the flowers that blossomed after Pendra defeated the Great Shadow, the Great Worm, the Scourge of the Skies. They do have a dark stem and a thorny one. And the legend suggests that let's get out of here before we
Right.
continue.
Sorry about that. Here.
Yeah. See.
I'd imagine there's probably be agony for Nautilus and Talius, at least. Well, at least Nautilus, because he's more fish.
So you leave the entrance of the cave, and he continues on saying, where did I let this? Yes, according to the legend, these all appeared wherever the ashes of the Great Wyvern fell. It would mean to that, but why would it be an infernal?
That's what I'd like to know. I mean, they were doing some kind of ritual, but honestly, I looked around for more symbols. I don't know if it's the same cult or a different one as the Cult of the Fallen, but it appears that maybe those outsiders in regards to Cinderfall might be involved.
Get a good look at the symbol.
Oh. I don't think I drew it at all, so.
You
Ignore
can
that.
still do a very small one, right? Or
That's true.
somebody can do a prestidigitation or something.
I'll try drawing it out in my journal, like under the ones that he drew, and show him.
Okay.
Well, what do you know? I can actually make the symbol appear with prestidigitation.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was about
Well,
to
not-
say.
Yeah,
So
I pressed
as
that.
Madeline starts drawing the symbol, Hart stops her and says, "Leave it here." Pours some more ink on the notebook, then uses prestidigitation to make the exact replica of the symbol on it.
Yeah, it's weird. I pressed that on accident, but it turned out to be useful.
And as he says that, let's see. I'm not aware of that symbol. I've never seen it in the past.
Hmm.
It
Well-
seems odd.
It seems like we've got some more than one cult to deal with, so fun times.
Do we know what happened in this place? Usually, methods are being summoned after fire breaks loose and a lot of stuff are being burned.
Well, from Nautilus, you were able to tell it was a ritual.
Well, that's what it looked like. I just had a guess, but seeing as how there was a big symbol written on the ground in blood and this knife,
I don't know what ritual it was, but it seemed definitely like one. Could have been, I don't know, sacrificial in nature. Could have been a simple miscalculation, or if it's dealing with infernal, then maybe I don't know. Maybe the ashes is something to do with it.
Odd and ominous-looking dagger, rituals, infernal writing. This all suggests some sort of an devil cult. Uh,
Hmm.
Perhaps. Though, with that mention of the legend, it might be best to get to Cinderfall as soon as we can.
Indeed.
You are probably correct. Let's move ahead, camp a little bit further, and then head on back to Cinderfall the very next day. If we hurry, we should be arriving by the middle of the day.
Aye. Let's set camp
We-
and head out
We can also
early.
push through the night. I know I myself will have a little bit of trouble with it, but I don't mind um, getting tired if we make it a little bit earlier.
Well, what does everyone think?
Something is definitely going on. We're going to be at peak capacity if there's going to be a big fight.
Nautilus, Tallies.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, I'm always ready to go, but if anyone needs a bit of time, it's alright.
I'm ready to go, but if you guys think it would be best to go with everything we've got, I won't force it.
I'm fine either way myself. Suppose it's a matter of how urgent do we think this is.
Well, we need to. Do we need to get to Cinderfall, or would we still want to go to the capital? I'm not sure.
Well, we're trying to get to Cinderfall right now. Mr. Nilovar, you said your sending hasn't been working. Have you been able to send with anyone back in Cinderfall?
Usually try to reach Artosis if it's a matter of concern. What kind of
Yes.
music is this?
This is Bayonetta.
Like, what?
Your mic's doing the thing again.
Should be better now.
Yep.
Well, do you think you could just try it with anyone else other than Artosis? Maybe it's just a bad connection with him.
Sure. Let's see. And he whispers some incantations, then moves his hands in some sort of gesture. And says, "Darwin, can you can you hear this? This is Nilvar. Is Artosis fine?" And he then turns towards you, says, "And now we wait." After a minute, you see Nilvar stricken as it seems something is happening. He then turns towards you and says, "I could reach Darwin, but he hasn't seen Artosis for days."
Well, if you were able to reach him, that means it's fine for right now. It's just Artosis, then. So,
It also means that Artosis is dead.
Well-
Reach him.
maybe, but Well, that gives us our answer. Do we want to rest or make hay?
I would prefer if you would make haste, but my body is also very tired. You do not have much history with Cinderfall, but you're good people. I'll hear whatever your decision is.
Perhaps not a set down for the night, but a quick break just to catch our breath and make our way.
There must be dangers looming in on the town. We should be prepared that way.
Right, let's take a moment to steady ourselves and then make our way. So, I'm down for a short rest out of character. If you guys want to do that, I think we've got time to at least do that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I'm gonna go with that as well. Help, actually.
Since we will be pushing on through the night to make it to Cinderfall when the dawn rises, I would like every one of you to make me a con save.
Con save, okay.
Yeah, it's for exhaustion since you all push through the night. The DC is 10 for everyone. Failing that, you gain a level of exhaustion. Oh
Let's
no.
go. Look at all of
We know
us.
who's going to fail.
Oh, hold
No,
on.
not the
I need to
last.
get back. I need
The
to get back to
curse.
my. Let's see. The one person who has probably the lowest con in the party.
Let's see.
And
Oh, nice.
Wow. See, Nautilus is now playing out of his comfort zone, it seems. Not having a level of exhaustion? What is this?
Are you gonna make the save for Valen then?
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Let's go con save.
I was gonna say, I don't
Yeah.
have. I guess I don't have advantage on con saves. That's not damage.
So you all push through the night, and though it is tiring and exhausting as it is, neither of us seems to be the only one affected by it. Every one of you still can manage to pull through. It's only a day that you go through the mountains and stuff like that. So by the once this morning sun rises, you arrive back at Cinderfall. Let me remove some stuff, and we can have Nautilus here as well. So you have all been before to Cinderfall, but Nautilus you haven't. As you enter the city, located near the foothills of the mountainside, the town of Cinderfall. Oh no, that's the story of this place. Let me. Yes, the town itself looks mediocre, with brown rooftops, stone veneer walls, and scavenger birds. Cinderfall seems to have a welcoming atmosphere. As you enter the city, Nautilus, the big one thing that you see, the most impressive landmark, is a big statue of Pedron. A statue of an elven hero wielding his hand as if he's manipulating fire, stands in the middle of this town. Near it, you can see a garden as you go with the rest of the party, and Valen points out this is the garden where the Pedra's blood, the flower, have sprouted, according to the legends. You can see this giant, enormous pumpkin-like plant with a blackened thorny sprout and a fruit that is of pink color and a spheric shape, almost as big as a watermelon. Right outside the garden, you can see some wooden masks hanging near other gardening tools. The town is heavily populated, not as it was before. For the rest of you except Nautilus, this is a big change. Like you can see the streets are filled with people. There are many people in this city. flooded, as if there was a carnival, a festival, or something going on in this place. Nilvar also looks stunned as he turns towards you and says, I have to see that many people since the last festival in honor of the town hero.
Is there
And
a
it only
festival?
happens once a year. Something fishy is going on.
How long were you unconscious for again?
Yeah.
You know, when you were stunned by that poison.
Probably from what I gathered, it could be no more than a 10-day period.
So it's not likely that it's that time for the festival again.
If it was the time of the festival, you would see banners and some preparations that are being made. This does not look like the case.
This is different.
Watch yourselves. I'll go towards the School of Magic and see if I can find any more info. If somebody of you is willing to help me, just to make sure, that would be better for our interests. As Valen says, I volunteer. I'll go help and Nilvar with his books. You can try and find out things for yourself, right?
Right.
All right.
Well, I mean, this seems mostly harmless.
Yes. I'll see if I can find anything in with the other magisters of the school and the students. And with Valen with me, I don't think I have much to fear. If anything goes wrong, I will be in contact. After all, I can use my magic to contact you.
Fair enough.
Okay. So Nilvar and Valen both go towards the School of Evocation of Magic that exists in Sinterpol. Now, the rest of you are standing almost in the middle of the village on the central plaza. You, as I said, you see the statue in the garden, and there is a huge crowd all around you. What would you like to be doing?
Before anything, that like pouch of gold I got, I never checked how much was in that, did I? You never said.
Oh, no worries. It is in total. It can translate to 600 gold pieces.
Okay. Sure.
They said that wasn't very much.
I mean, it was all their savings, and they had like
Jesus.
1,000 gold in total, which is not enough to buy a house. But
I kind of wish we had known, because I was just like, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold. I did not check. I didn't want to be rude.
it's okay.
Jesus.
Party loot it is, I guess.
That's level 4 party loot.
Jesus.
All right.
Never to be spent.
Guess I'll put it on the loot, the party loot. But yeah.
Well, it is a festival. I mean, we don't want to come off as suspicious and detract from getting information. Might as well mingle a little.
Not a bad
Sounds like a
idea.
plan.
So should we stick together as a group? A very odd group, or should we split off into...
We can go off in pairs.
Sounds alright.
Dream team as usual, Tallius?
Sounds like a good plan. Let's go.
Alright.
Oh, yeah. So let's take Hearth and Nautilus first. As you turn to one another, the conflicting personalities of a person from the elemental plane of fire and water, what would you like to be doing?
I would probably go to find anywhere part of the festival that is engaging in drinking, probably. It's something as close to a tavern as I could probably find.
In case that wasn't clear, there is no festival happening right now. As I
Oh,
said,
okay.
as many people as if there was a festival, but Nilomar explained that if there was a festival happening, you would see preparations and stuff like that. There are just a lot of people in this city right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll. What are the shops like? Is there anything of interest to go around to, or?
There are many different shops. You can find blacksmiths, you can find flowers, woodcarvers, leatherworking. Depends on what you are seeking. Also, there are taverns, inns, and the like.
Hmm.
Okay, and while I'm moving around, I'm going to be casting Comprehend Languages. No matter what language a person's speaking, I'll know what they're saying.
Hmm.
Okay. So as you start moving on,
They're getting robotic.
Your mic's cutting out again.
sec, should be good to go again.
Yeah.
So
That's
as
crazy.
you're browsing, yeah, I don't know what's going on. As you're browsing through the different shops and moving with Nautilus, you look around trying to see if there's something hidden, something suspicious that links this place, but you're both not that much familiar with city life, with people from other races as your kind being all around you. So this is a little bit overwhelming. At some point, you hear someone hissing at you, whistling at you, with a door barely open. Hey, hey, you! You both turn, and Nautilus, you do not recognize the man. Yet, Hearth, you've seen this man before. He has blonde hair, blonde short hair, as it seems to be gesturing towards you to move towards him. If you remember the hunter that you met on the first session, that is him, Kellen.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while. Okay.
Okay.
I'll bring Nautilus along.
I guess I'll go.
He seems to be wearing normal armor, not hunting armor, nor bone, or anything. He says, hey, you and your friends are around? He kind of looks Nautilus. I see you have one of your friends. Where are the others?
We decided
It's Nautilus is Callius.
Yes.
we decided to split up after coming back. There's definitely something suspicious going on, and we wanted to find out what.
I think I'm being targeted. I think I might be in danger. You saved me once. You seem like good people. Can you maybe help again?
All right. What do you need help with then?
Come in, come in. I don't want to. I do not want to be seen outside.
Oh.
Who was that?
Oh, that was
Oh,
Fallen.
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. We split the party. Yeah, that's the fun part.
Okay. So you enter Hearth with Nautilus on his house? You enter with him, or?
Yeah, I guess so. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just going with Hearth. I assume this guy knows Hearth.
Okay. So you enter inside. He puts a log into the fireplace. Hearth, you sit nearby. Nautilus, he brings you a chair as well, and he sits right on the other side of you. Inside now, Nautilus, you can see a bow and some arrows hung on the wall. Not on the wall, on top of a table actually. The arrows seem to have a very distinct green feather on their tail. That sort of indicates them they're well made, they're important arrows and stuff like that. Intriguing, at least. Some more interesting from your daily adventurer. And he says, remember when you said on the woods that there was somebody that used the same arrows as me, Hearth?
I do remember that. Have you found out who it was?
Well, this is the thing. These arrows belong to some very, very special people. Um, I, at some point, encountered one of them dead. And I took his weapon, I took his arrows, and I remember the legends that the tales that my father told me about them. They seem to be an organization that hunts down secret locations, and all those that try to uh, find uh, hidden secrets lurking in dark places. Uh, I thought it would be fun and kind of cool to become one of them, so I started acting like one of them. But after you said that someone was in this land, that would mean that somebody is looking out for whoever that man was that I took his possessions after he was dead. They do never appear in the same place, two of them. Something is going on, and I believe they might be looking for me.
Have you seen anyone around your place that seemed to be watching you? Or
I don't know, some people told me that someone has been asking questions. I believe I know where he is right now. He's still in the city. He lives at the town's inn. But I'm very afraid to encounter him. They are way better, way more powerful than a normal hunter from around this part. They're skilled and trained mercenaries with a job to fulfill, with a plan in mind.
well,
And all of a sudden, a lot of people showed up in the city, and I'm getting all paranoid about this.
I suppose we could go ask questions. I'm sure that me and Hearth could at least, or as long as we get the whole group together, we could probably see what this man is asking about you for. But you would probably be better to stay inside, or maybe seek someplace else to stay, maybe.
Right, right. That's why I wanted you to ask someone that I know and I believe I can trust to an extent. You don't seem to have anything to do with those kind of people. That's why I asked you. I do not know how good linked these people are.
Mm. What do you think, Hearth?
Well, we already knew something was going on. First the kobolds in that cave. Now all these way more people here than there should be. And potential shadowy organization going after one of our friends. Definitely worth looking into.
Mm. Well, uh, you should probably stay hidden. And if you, well, do you think they know? Do you think they would know where you live now? Would people tell them anything?
I don't know. I believe uh, if he would ask about me, he would probably find information about me. I'm not so sure if people would give me up. They might be able to persuade people. I don't know much about them. The thing I know is from my father's tales, they are guardians of historical sites, trying to prevent people from getting to places that they shouldn't be.
Well, that the only thing that links you to them right now is the bow and the arrows, I assume, correct?
Yes, I can dispose them. I can remove them from myself, but they are probably here to correct something that I did. Maybe avenge their friend. And what if they think that I was the one that killed him? I found him dead.
Well, I don't know what is the correct course of action here. I was just thinking we could, well, if we took the weapon and the arrows to them and explained at least a part of it, they would not go after you, and you would not be in immediate danger, but returning the weapons to them might
Here, have
lessen
them.
what.
And he kind of picks both the quiver with the arrows and the bow and hands them towards you. Here, have them. You return them to him.
All right. Well, just make sure to be careful, and if anyone else comes to knock at your door, maybe be careful opening it. If you have to, maybe go out into public, or go out into a crowded area. They likely wouldn't do anything to you there.
He turns towards you, Nautilus, and looks at you a little bit weirded out, confused. Hi? You look different.
Sorry?
He then turns to Hearth and said, your ears aren't as elven as before.
Oh,
No, this isn't Talius.
So, who are you?
I
I'm the guy that's looking for you.
this hammer right here. No,
Thunderwave.
just no, not even Thunderwave. Just Shatter. Just
Oh yeah, shatter even.
just delete the whole house. Yeah. No. I my name is Nautilus. I joined up with their group. Uh, not too long ago. It's do not worry. I'm not. I don't mean you any harm or ill will. You're probably mistaking me for Talius.
Oh, okay. I'll trust that you are my fire-haired guy's friend, so uh, I'll trust you. If you could do that for me, maybe gather up your other pals. I don't know how powerful he is, and if he's out there to get me, he's as skilled as they say, then you better be prepared.
Well, in any case, with the bow and arrow, with the bow and the arrows, the attention would be brought on us rather than you. So
I'll stay
hopefully
hidden,
that
though.
will.
I'll stay hidden.
Yes. All right. Hearth, we should probably go find the others, especially now that we're probably carrying a high value piece of gear.
Yes. Definitely.
I'm gonna. I guess we'll both set out. I think to go find Talius and Madeline.
Okay. In the meanwhile, what do Madeline and Talis want to do?
Well, out of character, I think that we would want to look for things But in character, I think they're both just being irresponsible and goofing off.
Exactly.
I mean, Madeline's specifically looking for like a large crowd, just kind of like figure out what this whole festival's about. So just wherever there seems to be the most people, maybe just like laughing.
Yeah,
Dancing.
probably also saying Madeline would say stuff like, I gotta get my wardrobe fixed now that I'm an old elder lady, right? I gotta get a new set of clothes to match my age.
Gotta get my hair done.
But aside of that, you go around, you goof a little bit, you look around, see if there's anything suspicious about the people in here. Yet, as I said, you do not recognize any sigil, any sort of organization, any emblems, any marks. There seem to be a lot in town. You ask around a little bit to different people, try to see if there's something that connects all those people. Yet most of them seem to be merchants, others are travelers. A lot of people that visits Cinderfall every now and then.
Aye, quite the party we're throwing. Yeah, perhaps it's not really that big of a deal if they've got all these tourists, you know? Speaking of, Thalius, you were still... Weren't we interested in checking out some... I don't think we've been in a tavern together.
Not a proper tavern yet, no.
Oh, perhaps we should take this time to fix that then.
We find the best tavern in town and get everybody together.
I get a little bit of pre-game started.
Sounds like a plan. I like it, dude.
Alright.
Yeah, let's. I suppose I'd roll perception. I'm gonna look around for a place giving out drinks or a tavern.
You'll ask around a little bit, trying to get some information, and after a little while, some people will guide you and give you directions toward one of the nearby taverns or inns. It is a mix of those two. There are a lot of people, but it is a very, very big building, almost like a tower that on the very first floor it has swords and axes and shields and old military regalia. The inn is actually called the Barracks, probably used from an ancient time as a barracks since this was a military station. Though now all of these mementos and regalia are adorning the place and making it look a little bit fancier. You move over there and find out there are more floors. It's filled with bunker beds, and on the very top floor there are some rooms for people that want to stay in a little bit more secluded. They call each floor different. Aside from the very first one, that is the stockade, the second one is the jail, and the third one is the outpost, the watchtower, sorry, not outpost. As you stand around, start to drink and all that, quickly, after some time, Nautilus and Hearth will get in this tavern looking for you, but you do have some time for yourselves before they do so.
I suppose Madeline will just look for the nearest counter. Just if there's whoever the bartender is, try to like get a seat for her and Talia.
You easily will find. You will easily
Unless there's
find. Yeah, you will easily find a table. Not for many though. It is already occupied, but there is some space at the end of it, at the corner of it. As I said, there are many people here drinking. There is a lot of fuss in town, and you kind of scoots around, scoots near the other companies that are sitting on this long table, probably in the past used for dining for soldiers and military troops. Now you're at the very edge of it with a whole lot of different variety of people in there. You can see halflings, you can see humans, you see even a couple of dwarves at the very end of this table.
Well, at least we still stand out being a different color.
That is true.
Yeah,
I think
always.
standing out is the best thing you can do, though.
Yeah,
Places
that's
like this,
true.
especially.
You're not wrong. Do you have any of that extra gold on you? Think we could get around going?
Oh, of course. I'll take out the whole pouch I was given and just put it in your hand.
Everybody else turns their attention and looks at you as you're doing that with their jaws drop. The next guy towards you, a little bit bulky kind of a guy, grabs you by the shoulder and says, "Hey man, mind sharing your gold with us folks?"
Was that on Talius or Madeline?
Yes, Antonius. "Where did you find all that money, pretty boy?" says another one.
He is
If
a
from
boy
working,
who
my
is
friend.
pretty, yes.
Hard work and dedication. A little bit of fighting as well.
Wow. That sounds like a dragon. He kind of takes off his gloves that are filled with dirt. Probably this guy is a blacksmith or of some sort, or walks the similar shop. And says, "Wow, I haven't seen that much money in one place since ever." And you see as in the tavern, many patrons have now turned their attention towards you.
Talius, let this be a lesson that next time don't dump everything on the table.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
play you a game for it. He kind of picks up a deck of cards or something like.
What kind of a game?
We'll bet you. You bet money. I bet also money, and whoever wins gets it all. What do you think?
I look over at Madeline with not really pleading eyes, but more like, can we please?
Not all of it, and first of all, do you have money to bet, sir?
Yeah, sure. I have a lot of them somewhere
Can I
in my
see it?
house.
Well, can't really trust the word of that. I've been told various times that need to see what you're able to win.
The other guy turns towards you and says, "You couldn't afford to play around with that guy, you idiot." On the other guy, "Hey, stop messing with me around. I'm serious. I can get that much money if I go back to my house."
Well, go back and get it, and then you'll be able to play around.
The other people laugh as one of the, I'll say, halflings in the area says, You shouldn't flash out your gold like that. Let that be a lesson to you. It is a sign of bad luck to show each other's wealth they cannot possess."
Right. Then again, as far as we know, Dalius, you may not even know how to.
You cut out in the last part.
I said, Dalius, you might not even know how to play.
I do not at all.
Exactly.
It's the joy of the game.
Not really fair, is it?
That's true. That is true.
At this point, Harthenautilus, you can enter the tavern.
Oh, hey, friends. So, do I see them?
I believe they kind of stand out with Hearth being with fire on his head.
On fire.
Yes. Yeah, and
Someone's either lit a furnace or Hearth's here.
Oh, hey!
Yeah.
I'm looking for you guys.
I decided,
I
reconnaissance didn't really go well. Worked really hard, work hard, play hard.
Did you try it all?
Take a break.
I mean, I
Wasn't
tried a
bad.
little. You gotta partake in the festivities a little bit. More just find out what's going on in general.
Best place to look is somewhere like here.
Doesn't seem to be any harm to it, really. Just a lot of people all at once. Tourism these days. What were you guys able to find?
Well,
An old friend who
Oh.
might be targeted.
Do an old friend of ours or an old friend of yours?
Ours, you know, Kellen.
Oh, him. Huh. Interesting to see he's still around. He's being targeted? More spiders?
no.
Hmm.
Something a bit more dangerous than spiders.
Hmm. Well, tempting as it is to get a drink going, I don't think we should discuss this here, and this seems important. So, I suppose we should take this conversation elsewhere, yes?
Well, there's no reason we can't have a drink. I mean, we don't have to have the conversation now. Besides, this looks like something was about to happen.
Oh, yes, somebody was going to try to scam Talius.
Hmm.
You know, depending on the location, the homeland, the scammers can be burned.
That is fair.
I'm not usually the one to say it, but that does not sound very legal.
No, it does not.
Like I said, parts of my homeland.
To be
Oh.
fair, isn't your entire homeland on fire anyway?
There's fire and then there's elemental fire.
There's a difference.
For you people, imagine snow and ice, or cold water and ice water.
Mhm.
Hmm. Interesting.
Well, regardless, if we're gonna have a drink,
Sure.
I guess Madeline will try to wave someone over to bring.
Quickly, a female halfling comes towards you and says, "Hey, what can I get you? You look low today." Except for this
You
one.
know
I
what?
just stared at her.
Like this is like Madeline, Talius, and Nautilus all stare at her.
Completely just dead face. Like, what is she talking about?
I don't get it. Oh well. Something a bit sweet, please.
Yeah, something to cheer you up. Anything else you would like to eat something? Or kind of turns towards Nautilus and whispers, pointing at her, "Do their kind even eat?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
Do their kind even eat food?"
I'm
We do.
yes.
Oh. Well, mind me, I've never hosted one of your kind before. That is a straight side. Uh, it might be a side of goodwill. Oh, yes. Oh, no, I remember. The food might gonna be burned. I'll run and get you what you asked. And just gonna get your order and quickly runs back to the kitchen. And after a while, she brings back some wines, some delicacies for you to eat. Some ale as well, a little bit of ale. You did ask for something sweet, so it is most of it is wine and there is honey in it. That makes it way more sweeter.
I think Nautilus would probably take the ale.
Definitely the wine with honey.
Whatever gets me drunk.
Well, that's a
Well,
con.
not that
That's
much.
unless it's unless this is a con save scenario.
Nah,
We drink.
my
We drink.
general rule for alcohol is you can have as many drinks as your con modifier plus one without being drunk. After that, you make saves.
Oh, so my con modifier is 0.
So you can have one.
You can have a one without needing to make con saves for you to be considered poisoned.
So I can have 2.
I can have 3 myself.
That's
Dang!
I'm pretty- I'm-
Look at
Out
this
here,
guy.
14.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that Hearth would just burn it off the alcohol.
Heart can
Just takes a
really
sip
focus
and it just
alcohol.
explodes.
I mean, you can drink more than that. You just need to make con saves after every other.
Are you much of a drinker, Nautilus?
Well, I was on a sea vessel for a while, and I wasn't a drinker before I was on the sea vessel. Seeing as how I was raised in a sea elven, a sea elven,
Settlement?
yeah, settlement. But the sailors, on the other hand, whenever we would visit a port city, we would take part in the in drinking.
Ever have any contests? Ever win any?
Well, I never won any contests that involved out drinking someone, but I certainly won a few contests afterwards.
Yeah, I want to take a shot.
Sure.
Round
me in.
2.
The paladin and the cleric, the 2 healers are about to get wasted.
Hey, I mean, count me in. Sounds like a good time.
Oh, the blue ones are about to get drunk.
Team
Heart
Blue,
beat
let's go.
them, please. Heart beat them. I'm rooting for the red guy.
Oh,
I'm
Well-
sorry, but do you really want a walking fire hazard to get drunk?
No,
oh
not
shit.
Yes.
My
Italian.
no. I as much as well, I think let's just have a drink and see where it goes.
Alright, bring it.
All right, so I guess we all ready our drinks, and I guess is it a chug off maybe, or
Yeah,
I
sure.
got a chug off. Sure.
all right?
You all have
Yes.
your very first round, but that doesn't really say much. You can all hold in at least that much of an alcohol as you all take up and easily finish down the first glass of whatever you are having. Just for the record, so I know, is everyone quote unquote competing? Or only the three people?
I think I'm competing.
I'm competing.
Yeah, all the blues are. Hearth, you in?
Team Blue.
No.
Hearth
Are
is
in disappointment.
Place us-
Ascends into
Hearth
the
is said-
sky.
Hearth goes to the roof.
Yeah, there's
Decides not
just
to be a part of this.
yeah, there's just too much red in here for half to risk getting drunk.
If Hulk got drunk in this tavern, Cinderful would probably be called Cinder as after that.
Cinderash. Alright,
Yes.
round 2 on 3.
Not unless I believe you're the only one that needs to make a concept
Yeah,
to this.
that's
Yep.
the one I gotta do.
Who knows?
Here goes either light.
Starts
Here goes
slow.
either lightweight. Or...
Come on, come on.
Ah,
Mr.
wait,
Ford.
wait.
Oh my god.
As your constitution suggests, you're not really great at this. As you start taking off your second round of ale, you look around you, try pouring it back onto the glass, trying to believing that nobody is looking towards you. You see Harth looking at you, leering towards you, moving his face like he's trying to say that's not the way to do it. And Madeline and Talius, you both finish up your drinks, and you see Nautilus struggling as he tries to deceive you that he has managed to drink that ale.
I'll give Talius a high five.
Just reciprocate it.
Ah, able to keep up with me. All right, round 3.
Round 3, let's go.
I think
I'm getting
gotta
excited
make a
about
con
this.
save.
Sucks to be you.
Nautilus, everything is for you. Way this now.
Oh,
Wow.
In
Easy.
general, there is no critical fail on the saves or success, but at least this time I'm gonna portray this as such. As Manuel, you start putting this alcohol down, and you see Talius with this, having his own couple of wine, drinking it, almost as if it's water, and you try to force yourself to drink even
You are
faster and
super
faster and faster.
robotic.
Yeah, you're starting to turn halfway.
it's the drinks.
And as you are drinking Manuel, you try to force yourself to drink a little bit faster, and you end up dropping the ale down, your mouth full of alcohol. You look at Talius, you look at Nautilus, you turn the corner and throw up.
Oh my god.
Over there.
All right, I got ahead of myself. And she like shakes her head a bit.
Cleaning that up.
Appreciate it.
Wow. Not even 2 in, and both the cleric and the paladin, as I said.
You
Very-
can't.
Ugh,
Poisoned. Nice.
good lord. I
So
swear
I presume they're drunk now.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, well,
Hmm.
I'm gonna sober up. Use 5 points to lay on hand.
I don't think that works, does it?
Yes, it does.
Disease or
because
poison.
It removes the poison effect.
And then I'll be like, all right, never again. All right, Nautilus, get over here.
Alright.
I'll use it. So 10 points lay on hands. 5 for each.
Oh, Jesus.
Round 4.
Alright.
I got you now.
This is how the paladin loses all the lay on hands and still gets drunk at the end anyway.
Pretty much. Not my style. I tell you, Sis can put away an entire bar if she wanted to.
Yeah, my
Sounds
shit
like
mates.
quite the woman.
She terrifies me.
How many people are in this tavern actually?
As I said, there are a lot of people in this tavern, probably more than 20, something to the likes of 30 to 40 people right now in the tavern.
Okay.
That's a big fight to lose.
That's a massive fight that I am starting to contemplate. One more round for the road?
If you insist.
Get drunk, get drunk. I still have another to go before I can get drunk, but I'm hoping you two do.
What?
Con of 14.
Wait,
Or 2, I guess. And then plus
Oh
the
no, I
one.
think you already did your 3rd round.
Oh, we did 3
this
already?
is- yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I guess it's getting drunk time.
I'm not sobering you up if you throw up.
That's fine with me.
I guess
There
I'll
we go.
I
Ooh,
guess I'll.
just about.
I'm gonna screw up. I guarantee you. Oh no, never mind.
Wow, everyone doing well.
Everyone is
It was a
doing
celebratory round.
Yes. Now hopefully we don't get too too deep in the hole.
I'll when I finish my drink, I'm gonna turn the cup the other side and just fire it across the room at somebody's head and turn around. And hope they don't
What?
take me.
No, here we go.
What are you going to do again? Sorry?
I'm going to take the cup, turn it the other way around, throw it across the room at some random person's head who isn't looking, and then turn around myself so they don't think it's me.
Okay. So I believe, and I'm fully okay with this, that you're trying to start a bar fight, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So in order for me to be prepared for this, can we have that be done at the end of the session so I can prepare it and we start with the bar fight the next time?
Sounds amazing.
Okay.
What's gonna happen?
Sounds like a blast.
Battle map, everything.
Time to 3v40.
It's a bar fight. It's 1v1v everyone.
Okay.
It's the joy of it.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second.
The whole plan is to just get everyone to start hitting each other.
Arthur,
Why?
if it comes
That's
down to
the
a bar
joy.
fight,
Why does Talius have ADHD?
It's so much fun.
if it comes down to a bar fight, Arthur just find a corner and put a bonfire up right in front of him.
Just a little
No one
protective
will-
fire.
Yep. He'll watch through the fire, enjoy the fight. People would have to walk through the fire to get, if they decide to do that, he can set a fire.
Everyone misbehaves when
If fire
Val's
don't work.
gone.
Yeah, I know, right? As soon as he's gone, we all start going crazy.
They're like, yeah, let's go have a bar fight while Val's gone.
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it, I think Valen would be the only one who'd, like, actually go ahead and stop it and try and be nice to people.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Madeline would, but she's too far gone.
Exactly. I'm using this to my advantage. So it's a friendly bar fight. We're not gonna kill anyone.
No, I'm just worried
uh,
somebody may not be friends.
Don't worry, guys. I can still Scorching Ray.
Fire don't work. Use more fire. Actually, I wonder if mobile works with or mobile. I don't know. Is it mobile or mobile? I never get that right.
Mobile.
Mobile,
Back.
okay. Welcome back.
Okay, so let's.
I guess just sitting around and drinking and eating and stuff before all that happens.
So,
Chatting it up.
I suppose since everyone's a bit more distracted, what's up with Kellen?
Well, the bow and the special arrows he. Apparently, from a dead member of this shot Jason, very much into keeping secret.
The same one that had
No,
Laura unconscious?
we don't know yet. However, we do know that he's currently being targeted, possibly for reprisal if these think he killed one of their own.
That's fair. But I guess that doesn't answer the question about the festival. It's very odd there's this many people.
True.
But nobody seems harmful. So it really makes you wonder what's going on.
Maybe they're just here for a good time.
Perhaps, but I mean, surely people would go to places other than Cinderfall. Not that there's nothing wrong with here, but surely for some people it's more easy to go somewhere else to have a good time.
It's very coincidental that it so happens to be going on when we're coming back for this odd cult going on, whatever that's going on, I mean.
I mean, I don't think. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's this cult, or at least not solely. It does seem like people are just here to have a good time. It's just weird that there's an influx. And there's still the deal with Artosis, even if he is simply dead, like Nilvar suggests. He didn't seem like somebody who was old or somebody that would just die. Means he had to die for a reason, and he had to die somehow. And there's this sudden festival shortly after his death, because he was alive when we left. It's getting really fishy. I'm not saying that because two of you can live underwater.
It's
I'm
what
pretty
to
sure-
say that might actually be offensive to Nautilus.
That's why I specified. There's not really anything they can say back to me because nobody says it's really devilly. But I mean, you can if you want. But the point is, something's going on. A bunch of things at once. It's these visions and everything we've seen. Maybe it's more than one group, and maybe it's just coincidental at the same time. But maybe it's smaller parts of something bigger.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe. Let me look at something. And Madeline is gonna feign like looking through her stuff, and just so like her eyes are out of sight from like the table, and just as precaution, she's going to.
Cool.
You do not sense any outsider, any evil or celestial type of being around you, nor any desecrated or consecrated area. It seems to be normal. Nothing seems to be suspicious, at least where you are.
And then she'll come back up. No, I think things are fine. It's just we might
But-
need to get back to looking around.
Did she sense anything to do with the dagger that I have? The one that I kept from the cave? Or is it nothing?
Oh, okay. I can give that at least this is desecrated, but yeah.
I mean, we could already tell that, to be fair.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like, oh wow, I sensed something. You pretty much.
Wow, this spooky dagger that was used for a ritual, maybe a little extra spooky. Who would have guessed?
Just checking, making sure the dagger may not be as spooky.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
it's
it's not
definitely
spooky
spooky.
after
It's
all.
at least
Maybe the
50% spooky.
maybe the dagger is innocent in all of this. Daggers
shit.
don't kill people.
We haven't
People
asked
People
the
kill
dagger
people
yet.
with daggers.
I mean, we haven't asked the dagger yet. We don't know his side of the story.
We haven't asked this side of the story.
Wait, is this how a hexblade is born?
Start talking to random knives.
Are you okay?
Try asking it a question.
Let's assume that being a little bit elevated, a little bit drunk, these are
No,
all
this
questions
is-
that you ask in character.
We're being real robot right now, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any of that.
I'll say again, I'll assume that since you're all elevated a little bit and a little bit drunk, these are all questions that you ask in character one another.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a conversation. They're just talking about like cursed swords in public. Like, Nautilus, ask a question.
And Hoth somehow listening to you guys and saying and thinking to himself, what the fuck?
What have I got myself into?
But what if it answers?
I'm gonna look at the dagger and I'm go, hello? Is anyone there?
nothing happened.
Okay. Damn.
I thought I'd give it an actual moment. It'd be quite a twist then. But
Oh,
Can you imagine? Imagine that was like the whole thing.
that would have been really funny.
Imagine the
to
dagger
have been
just.
a great old one. To have been a
That-
great old warlock. I just speaking to your mind.
Yeah,
Yes, who am I talking to?
that dagger is actually the main antagonist.
Yeah, it's the
It's
BB.
the big bad evil guy.
It's
The
the
dagger. Yeah, it's the dagger the whole time. Is this gonna be like our? Is this gonna be like our door or our chair? Is this what this is?
Yeah.
This is the chair.
Wait,
This
you
is the
realize
chair.
now you can't get rid of that thing.
No, I gotta keep it to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Just remember, this is also an obsidian dagger, which means that it can do slashing damage as well, not only piercing. I do not understand that it doesn't make much of a difference, something that speaks to the dagger's nature, since we are on the dagger theme.
Hmm.
Oops.
Well,
Cutting out.
It appears the pieces keep
That's about that time.
more and more groups, more and more people. We've got a phoenix to save, a master to find, a mother to reunite, a patron to seek guidance from. And
We have a lot on our plate.
Mount Celestia, of all things. I still don't know why she would go there.
This is the sober part of the conversation.
And to be honest, I'm really worried not just for herself, but I don't know. I'm worried about what she might do. Because if it comes to me having to stop her, and she kind of shrugs a bit, I don't think I could.
Do you think she would do something bad?
I don't know anymore.
Family has a weird way of. Well, I never. I guess I didn't have as much with my family, but now that I know that my mother's alive, I guess I don't know. I feel a connection that I didn't once have before, and as much as whatever distance there is, I feel like I should at least try.
No, and I wish to help you with that.
But
And I will.
it is the same with your sister. Whatever is going on, whatever potentially you could help her, maybe snap out of whatever she's doing. And if she tried to harm you, I'm sure we would step in.
To be honest, I don't know if I would want you to. But that's a discussion for another time. We'll go on to this. Perhaps we should tidy up a bit. I don't know. Talia seems itching. He's really fidgety right now. Perhaps
All
we
times.
should.
Oh wow!
Oh yes.
You're holding that tankard really tight, Talius.
And as
Very
you say
worrisome,
that,
but
you see Talius
Oof.
turn to the other side and throw that tankard towards the other side of the bar. The tankard flies and breaks at the back of a big muscular man. All of the bar seems to be looking at the trajectory of this tankard as Talius has already turned and is minding his own business. And that is where we are gonna leave the session.
It's beautiful. Just
Talius,
sitting there
no!
thinking in
This
great
bitch.
deep thought, like,
This bitch empty.
My friends are dealing with familial issues.
I don't know
This
what
is a
those are.
very-
Woof.
This is a very serious, deep-seated conversation. I don't